Hey y'all, I'm back. Welcome to the TEZDOWN podcast. I am your host, Tez24. It has been longer than a 24, and as you guys can see, I'm not 100% yet. But I will say this: I have gotten most of my voice back and most of my faculties. I'm still taking this medication, and doing the herbal thing. As you can see, I got to do the herbal thing so we can stay healthy and bring you all this news. So in today's TEZDOWN, we are going to run down the NFL Week 2, the Canelo-Terrence Crawford fight, whatever the heck Adrien Broners is doing. We're going to check in with Souls of Thought and Conversations with Soft Rain over on the No Middleman podcast. We're going to do some chat Q&A, and we're going to watch our random video of the day. So why don't we just get it cracking, y'all? Why don't we just start it off the right way? We can start talking. We're going to do this NFL rundown first. Unlike some, we're going straight to it. Let's take a look at NFL Week 2. All right, guys, we're going to start off with our Thursday night game, all right? Thursday night game, Washington Commanders versus the Green Bay Packers. I saw a lot of good things from both teams, except I think Washington is going to have a little bit of issue. They lost a running back in Austin Eckler. I also lost that running back, too, in my fantasy league, but it's fine. I hope that he gets, taken care of and that he gets the right rehab. He was looking to have a decent season this year, after coming over from San Diego. And he's out for the season now. The Packers looked impressive once again. They have a solid team. The North, except for the Bears, look fantastic. Well, Minnesota's had issues too. We'll get there. Once again, we have another goose egg from the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. That game was an absolute beatdown, and all of the stars didn't even crash out. Like, if you looked at fantasy numbers, they didn't pick up the numbers that you thought they were going to pick up. Lamar still did great, obviously. He's Lamar Jackson. The guy still played well, but it was uninspired because they were literally beating the crap out of the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett had a good game. David Njoku had a decent game. But once again, we're watching Flacco get destroyed. He can't move in the pocket. The man just looks like, I don't know, a 40-something-year-old guy playing against his old team who is not old anymore. So all of the guys that he played with are all gone. Moving on. Jacksonville is another good team that continued to surprise me. I'm so surprised that they didn't win this game against Cincinnati after Joe Burrow went out so early and didn't even come back in the second half. Joe Burrow's out for probably the season, guys. Recommended 3 months with what is classified as turf toe. Turf toe isn't as simple as your toe being bruised, guys. So, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to really go into it. If you guys want to research exactly what turf toe does, it's an ongoing problem that could last for life. Their backup looked decent. He got in there and made a lot of plays. Obviously, they won. Bengals are still going to be a very surprising team. They're still explosive even without Joe Burrow, which is nasty. They've surprised me. I thought their defense would have gave up more, but again, Joe Burrow's not going to be in this game anymore. We got probably what is considered the game of the week. That was the Giants versus the Cowboys. If you guys didn't watch the Giants versus the Cowboys, you guys missed out on the show. It was an offensive show on both sides of the ball. Defense played well too. It was really hard, even though you see all those points. It was really hard to say that either one of these defenses were able to stop anything because they were. But the guys were playing on another level. Best game I've seen from Russell Wilson in probably 4 years. He was fighting for his job, y'all. Wasn't his fault what happened at the end of the game. Nasty interception. Dallas came back and did their thing, and Dallas is now 1-1 now. Should be 2-0 in my opinion. That's how good they've been playing. Obviously, the stinker of the week, the Chicago Bears versus the Lions. The first quarter was great. Both teams played good. The defenses played good. The quarterbacks seemed to know what they were doing, and then Caleb Williams just forgot to play football and he got benched by the fourth quarter. We had Tyson Bagent step in. I don't know why Caleb was still smiling on the sidelines after being down that much, 52-21. That game was a stinker. Lions put up unbelievable points. Then we got the surprising game, the Patriots versus the Dolphins. The Patriots are doing great, y'all. They're doing great. They're farther along than I thought they were going to be, which is always good for TV, in my opinion. Patriots are good. The Dolphins need to figure something out. They do. That's the easy way to put it. They're 0-2. They got to figure something out. Tua blamed his receivers for his inability to throw the ball downfield. In another surprising victory, you had the 49ers versus the Saints. I say surprising because Brock Purdy got injured in the game, and he might be out for a couple of weeks too. They also had a backup stepping in and playing, and we're gonna we're going to see a lot of stuff that's going to happen because there's 5 to 6 quarterbacks that are out injured right now, and it's ugly. Moving on, we got Bills versus the Jets. Justin Fields in concussion protocol. After that, you knew that game was a wash. I'm just going to keep it 100%. The Bills steamrolled after that. We got Seattle versus the Steelers. And in this game, Aaron Rodgers didn't really look that good. The Steelers didn't really look that good. They looked disconjointed, like they were still working things out. And the Seahawks continued to look like a good football team. You put up 30 points in the National Football League, you're a good football team. The Rams, in a game that did not surprise me one bit, because even though Stafford seems to be injured, he's still balling. 33-19 Rams. There's not too much to say about this one. The Panthers are not good, and the Cardinals need to be good, and they're 2-0 now. Kyler Murray had a couple of really great plays in this game. He is surprising me with his ability to come back after those nasty injuries the last couple of seasons. Let's hope he stays healthy, and let's hope he can utilize the weapons that they got him in Arizona. Arizona might be a super surprising team for the rest of the year. in a game that was lights out. It was fun. It was a fun game to watch. The Broncos versus the Colts. Watching the resurgence of Daniel Jones is great. This is actually fantastic. This is fantastic. It just means he wasn't in the right place. Well, that was New York, and a lot of times it's not the right not upset with Bo Nix at all. He had a much better game than he did last week, and his supporting cast was good too. Those guys are going to end up probably being closer to like 9-7. 10-7, maybe 9-8. It's going to be rough with them. I don't think they have an easy schedule either. Then in a game that once again that didn't surprise anybody, the Eagles versus the Chiefs. You saw flashes of greatness with Patrick Mahomes. The Eagles just didn't seem like they had their offense together. They made a lot of miscues and a lot of mistakes, but they still were able to just basically bully the Chiefs on winning this game. In a super surprising one was Falcons versus the Vikings. I thought the Vikings would put up more than that. They didn't. JJ McCarthy's injured again for a couple of weeks. The second game in the NFL, second game as a starter in a real football game, not just a preseason game, and he keeps having these issues. He didn't even get to play last year because of injuries. And the Falcons look strong. I think they're going to surprise some people. I think they are. We bring it on to our doubleheader in Monday Night Football. Probably for me one of the best parts of the week is I happen to favor both the teams that won. The Buccaneers, they look great. They look good. Baker Mayfield's a dog. They played against a very, very tough Texans team. The Texans might be 0-2, but don't let that make you think that they're trash. They're not. The Chargers, probably one of the best guys in the league right now, Justin Herbert, and his supporting cast of guys. He's bringing those guys, elevating them. And one of the true things about a leader is elevating the players around him. We didn't give the Chargers – I didn't give the Chargers the immediate go-ahead of the best in their division or anything like that, because I just felt like they had injury problems and that consistency was an issue. They haven't showed those issues. They showed a lot of toughness. Justin Herbert looks big and strong. No puffy, nothing like that. The Raiders look disconjointed even at home. Geno seemed like he needed contacts for glasses, to be honest. Where he was throwing the ball was just ridiculous. It was not a good game for him. He had 4 interceptions in the game. As you can see, not a lot of touchdowns and not a lot of points. And I think that's going to do it for us. We're not going to give you guys a preview, but I think that's going to do it for us on football. What's up, Souls? What's up, Classic Codes? What's up, Soft Rain? How y'all doing in the chat? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. What we just did was we watched the football rundown, and we had to make sure that we talked about it. There's a lot of surprising things. A lot of these things I think I did say in the preseason, and a lot of them that are surprising me. Is one of the reasons why I love sports. Almost anything can happen all the time. But let me tell you, when we were here, we predicted a victory. We predicted a victory for Terrence Crawford over Canelo Alvarez. And for the people that have watched and the people that have messaged me about this, yes, we did. Me and the Classic Codes, we got together and we talked about this fight for about a good 45 minutes to an hour. And we came to the general consensus that Canelo was going to look like a duck in the water to Terrence Crawford. And I'm not saying that's what he looked like. I'm just saying that Terrence Crawford didn't look to be working hard as far as beating this man. He didn't look like he was overtaxed or stressed or, Canelo was sucking air by round 4. He was sucking air by round 4. Breathing in, putting the ice bag on him. There was a lot that was going on by round 4. And Terrence doesn't seem to have that problem at all. He walked him down. I'm going to give you guys a nice little highlight real quick because we can. Give you guys the right way to do it so we don't get cracked on again. It was taken by some. As you can see, we said in on the stream, we said it live. We said, look, guys, if he can hit Canelo and make Canelo want to block instead of trying to walk him forward with those shoulders, that he was going to win the fight. We called this out. I want you guys to go on the Classicos and check out the clip. You guys can also check out the short that I posted. You guys can also check out the video that I posted about it. Go check out the videos, not just the lives. The videos are there for a reason. Go ahead and run that back. Run that back. One more time, run that back. Run it back 3 times if you have to. You ain't doing nothing. Tab us, keep us on low if you need to. But that was the general consensus between me and that man, was that when this fight happened, Terrence Crawford wasn't going to be stressed out. Terrence Crawford wasn't going to be injured. The only chance that Canelo had to win the fight was to knock him out, and that wasn't going to happen because Canelo looked slow to him. We're not saying that Canelo is slow. I'm not saying that Canelo is slow. I'm saying that Terrence Crawford just might happen to be, if not the greatest, top 5 greatest fighters of all time in any era. Throw in pound for pound, if that makes some people feel better, because he has won the title now in 3 different weight classes. Oh, those videos are on the Classic Code Sports. They're on the Classic Code Sports. I need you guys to understand, when you see a masterclass, the way we did in this boxing match, on how to box someone who is a strong, capable champion, not just a regular boxer, a strong, capable champion. He's got speed, he's got power. Terrence Crawford used a little bit of length, a little bit of reach, some footwork, not even fancy footwork, sound footwork, and knowing your opponent. I guarantee you he studied every fight that Canelo ever had before he fought him. Guaranteed. Surprised him. Beating the man up. It was right there. It was right there that the entire stadium, probably myself included, if there probably would have been 10 to 15 more seconds in that fight, there's a great possibility that Canelo might have had to take a knee or get knocked down. Those type of shots. So you might say that somebody may not have the power to knock somebody out with one shot, but 4, 5, or 6 concussive blows directly after each other in succession, that would knock you out. Canelo's got one of the best chins in boxing. We know this. He's got one of the best chins in boxing. But no one is immune to their biology. We don't have to get into any examples or any comparisons. No one's immune to their biology. You can have the best chin. You might not be able to take 4, 5, 6 of those in a row from someone of the caliber of boxer that Terrence Crawford is. The question is, where do we go from here, Terrence Crawford? Who do you fight next? Should you fight next? 42-0 is not something that a lot of boxers have done, especially when it comes to quality, the quality of fighting. Do I think he wants to push it? I don't know. I don't know if he wants to push it. But if he does, we'll be here to watch. If he does want to push it, we'll be here to watch. You know what? I'll tell you what we're not here to watch. We're not here to watch anyone disrespecting people. We're not. We're not here to watch people going on other people's platforms and causing problems. See, in this type of space, and even in the popular media and in the higher outlets, one of the things that you don't want to do is you don't want to anger, disrespect, or minimize the host. When you do that, that effectively makes you a jerk or an outright asshole, especially if you were invited, especially if you were being paid. So in the frame of boxing, since we're talking about boxing right now, a strange boxer and fighter, Adrien Broners, who pretty decent fighter, I would have to say he was good. He's good in his prime. He came on the show with one of my favorites, Cameron, and Mason Betha, and their co-host. And he decided that he wanted to disrespect them. At first, it started out great, talking about boxing in the welterweight division, him announcing that he wants to focus on boxing for the next 3 to 4 years and then retire. In my opinion, if I'm a betting man, and yes, I am, I don't think he has 3 to 4. If this is any indication of how this man lives his life, I don't think he has 3 to 4 years left of boxing, because that didn't seem like a man that was focused on his brand. That didn't seem like a man that was focused on any of the things that I would be focused on if I'm talking about sports on the podcast that is mostly about sports, especially because I'm an athlete. If I go on a podcast that's mostly about sports, I hope that you would ask me athlete questions and then talk about anything else. That's just the most respectable thing to do. Unless I'm a regular on the show, I want to talk about a little bit about what my main knowledge is that people know me for. That's the etiquette. That's why you got invited to the show. You know what I mean? Instead, this type of stuff happens.
Some G shit we gotta have boyfriend here, yo.
Oh shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Like it's all like pause the show for a minute. Like I love your energy and the shit.
My bad.
Your energy good, but it gotta be a limit with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All right. Yeah. And trust me, I love you. You know you my brother. I'm just saying it was cool, but her boyfriend here.
Cam just checked me.
Nah, you my brother. I'm saying like, yo, what type of brother? What type of brother I'm gonna be if her boyfriend here and you, like it's of course stat look good, but it gotta be a limit, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta stop that shit.
Yeah, it's all good. All right. Sorry about that.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you, that doesn't seem like a man who's focused. You see the issue. If you're focused, you don't have time for that type of stuff. So what's going on here, and I'm gonna chat a little bit about this before I get back into it, but what's going on here is this man continually derails the topic of conversation with the host to gawk, talk, and make moves on the moderator, telling her that she's beautiful, that he didn't know she was that pretty in person, and he gets asked a question and he looks at the host and says, "Hey man, I'm sorry, but you are so beautiful." Clown behavior, sucker behavior, thirst box behavior. Ain't nothing player about that. Nothing at all. Yeah, rude, Trip. Rude. There's nothing player about what happened. Nothing. That's actually downright disrespectful. Now you've overextended yourself on a platform that you don't pay for. Be professional. Yes, so on these shows and things like that, people get dressed very nicely. As you can see, they're dressed very nicely. People are gonna get done up. He was intoxicated too. Oh yeah, we were getting there. You know what? Since Soft Rain, Soft Rain wanted to rock out. Rock out, Soft Rain.
I'm all right.
All right. Sorry about that. And I ain't trying to come at you, but that's my sister too. So
Yeah.
All right, yo.
I'm sorry.
And as you can see, she is visibly uncomfortable and wanting to dismiss him. She is visibly uncomfortable and wanting to see. This is what we talk about: the difference between being player and being creep. This, if you have another brother who's not disrespectful with you, not big dogging you, not doing any of those things, so creep, right? Not doing any of those things, and he come to you brother to brother, especially because he got mad respect for you. Like they know each other. They actually know each other. He's got mad respect for you. That's why he asked you to come on, because hey, you ain't been in the media in a while, and people probably want to hear from you. You know, if I had the type of contacts, I like to reach out to my people to do stuff with my people. I love it. I don't mind meeting new people, but I love reaching out to my people about what's going on, about what's hot on the streets. I love it. I love collaborating with my people. I get such a sense of edification and, yes, pride when I can collaborate with my people. But if one of my people comes on my platform, comes on a bro's platform, if I go on their platform, I'm going to try to keep it in a range of respect. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to do too little. I want to respect the space that I'm in, their work that they've created. Creating a media outlet is not easy, guys. Everyone says they can do it, and then they freeze on camera. Everyone says they can do it, and then they lack consistency. Everyone says they can do it, and they lack professionalism. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy sitting in the room by yourself and making the type of content that's engaging, that's thought-provoking, that's beneficial, that can be used for research purposes to further our society as a whole. It's not easy to do that. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. You have to actually want it, and you have to actually care. And anyone that's gotten on camera and started something because they believed in it, they realize how hard the first time is. They realize how hard the first couple of times is. So when you get to this level, we're talking about, she is the least famous person in the room, and that's the person that he keeps giving all of his attention to. Leveraging his fleeting, dwindling star on this woman who he's already been warned about, is spoken for. And let me tell you something. Just because you got hands, those guys come from a much different place than just having hands. Those guys specifically. All right, enough said. You know, I ain't got to speak on what they will do or what they won't do. But I'm telling you right now, that was not a good move.
Okay.
I can't talk. I mean, all right, you told me to stop. My bad, bro. You
look how the man is looking.
Hey, we're gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. I mean, I have to ask you to go.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask you.
I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. Done. I don't have no problems with you, but I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though.
See what the classic is saying. Classic is saying, hey, he had the sauce, man. He had them beer goggles on, and you know they was focused in one spot. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you get the tingles and you in the room with me and you a grown man, get out of my house. Don't get the tingles around me. I don't care about your perversions and your sick fantasies. I don't care about any of that. We're on business right now. All of this is business right now. It's grind season right now. Y'all understand that? The fall is not just for pumpkins. The fall is not just for your pumpkin and your leaves. It's not. This is grind season right now. This is grind season. Even the guys who grinding more. You got the tingles around me? We on business? Nah, it's okay, man. You know what? Me and you are cool. But business-wise, I'm going to have to cut you loose right now. I love you, though. That's some real man stuff. Ain't nobody have to get aggressive to be stern. Ain't nobody got to get aggressive to be stoic. Ain't nobody got to talk hard. Hey, man, all respect. You got to bounce, though. It's cool. Take your bread, though. You earned this. You know, I'm going to pay you for your time. You came in here. Thank you.
I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends in here. You know when my brother
Oh, shit, my bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But
yeah, whatever. See, that's what I be saying. That's what I be saying. Respect, right? That's respect right there. See, he said boyfriend. He didn't say wife. None of that. So all of that. Beyonce lied to y'all. She had a husband the whole time. Betrothed the whole time, allegedly. She wasn't single though. That's the facts. The facts don't have feelings. He protecting his bro. Like, hey, that's little sis to me. That's bro's girl. They working on something. It's called building. If y'all didn't realize that, right? Y'all might not be together like marriage, but if y'all are together in a relationship, y'all are building, right? The guys in the room see that. I thought black men didn't care about that. Ain't that what I was told? I was told black men didn't care about that. That's another subject for another day, guys. So Rain said, I'm assuming her man didn't hear the exchange, even though he was there. I'm not invested enough to know exactly who her man is, but I will tell you that he's probably a producer on the show. Yeah, I picked up what she was laying down, South Rain. All right, y'all, we're gonna finish this segment up soon. Let's ride.
Appreciate your time.
It's me.
Well, if you want to wait for us outside, you could, but I'm not going to sit and not value your time either.
That's why I love you, Cam.
Yeah, dude is wasted.
You a good nigga, man.
You is wasted. Cam looking like, look, I know he gone, but he throwing off some slick disrespect right now. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it nice on top though. Look at this body language. Cold language, body language. Look at his body language. Look at how you let him go. Say, hey, you can wait for me outside though, homie. We can talk off the books. We can talk off the books. It's cool. Take your money though and bounce. See, Classic said her man heard that. He just simply can't whoop Adrien. Yeah, that's why he needed Cam to have his back. Thanks for saying it, Classic. He heard every word. It's a situation where he can't protect his girl. Yeah. So Cam knew that too. Cam had to step up. Hey, that's why I just left the gym. Ninjas got to get some hesitation before they try me. I mean, I feel like with the amount of drunkenness and actual skill that Bronner has, because he's a good boxer, like I said, I feel like he knows who dude is, he know who dude girl is, and he felt like he was gonna pull a slick one. We've seen this happen with celebrities before. So somebody else with power had to step up. You know, that's what happened. I pick your friends wisely, yo. Choose your friends wisely. You know, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got it, he got it. Ain't no shame in that. You know what I mean? Ain't no shame in being the rebounder. You know, the shooter needs the rebounders too. You know what I mean? Ain't no shame in all that. Everybody plays their own roles. 5 positions out there on that court. It's 11 on a football field. You know, so the numbers are in our favor. The numbers game is in our favor. But don't be mistaken. Build yourself up so you ain't got to worry about needing the numbers game. It's just nice to have it. Man, that was just nuts. So what we gonna do is a fun thing that I like to do, and we're gonna check in on our homies and what they had to say about it last night. If you guys didn't catch their show last night, you probably should. You're missing out. I don't know why you haven't caught it yet. We don't like when people miss out. We got almost 24 hours of programming. I'm not saying 24 continuous. I mean, it can be 24 continuous hours, to be honest. There's a whole lot of videos on all of these pages. You know, that's, you know, Souls of Thought over with the No Middleman podcast. Conversations with Soft Rain is getting going. We covered a couple of hers. The Classic Codes did his. And then, like, there's a whole bunch that you can do and see. And if you want the opinions, you know what I mean? That's if you want the opinions. I'm not telling you that you need them. I'm just saying if you want them, we got them. That's why you're here now, right? Yeah, that's why you're here now. You like the opinions that we all got. All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. Always good to do something for the people.
So as y'all see there, sorry that it took a while to get there, but that happened on Cameron's show. He had to escort him off the show due to him saying a lot of just disrespectful things to Stats. He let him know that, her boyfriend was there in the room, be respectful. But what did you see there, April? You muted.
Dang.
Something ain't right upstairs. When you ask a grown man several times and he still refuses to respect a young lady, then something isn't right. He was overly infatuated with her, I think, in that moment. And somehow his brain don't know how to turn that off when he was asked to turn it off. I think Cameron was more than grace, gave him enough grace to get himself together. And honestly, if her boyfriend was in the room like they said he was, then he held himself together well as well, because we didn't see the boyfriend in the room. So, but honestly, I don't. Something's going on mentally, and actually, when he started talking about his brother, you could see his mind drift into some thoughts that wasn't good. So, I don't know their personal story, but maybe he was trying to get away from that, mentioning the brother and then refocusing on her. But somehow that was a huge infatuation at that moment. And he just could not get past her beauty. So
we would call that very predatorial nature for sure. What I noticed though, because what me and April are going to be talking about today, that's what I was just going to let people know too. Classic beat me to the punch. Adrien has a drinking problem. Yeah, he
must have been intoxicated.
Oh yeah, you could tell by his slurring of the words. You could tell.
Look, this is a good point. This is a good point that Classic is making right now. This is a good point. Thanks for saying it, Classic. I want to point this out. Are y'all under the impression that he had much of a choice? He didn't have much of a choice. He can't fight Adrien Broners, especially in this man's inebriated state. He can't beat him. No, he cannot. He knew he couldn't beat him. It was a calculated decision not to say anything and to let this play out. As you can see, if you watch the video, Stats looked majorly annoyed after the third time that this has happened. And I'm not playing their whole video. We're not going through that today. Their channel is highly protected. But I will tell you, she looking around like, man, what's about to happen? Because he keep on doing this, I'm uncomfortable. She even stated, "Oh, we can get back to sports now." Oh, okay, we don't want to talk about boxing. Let's go to football. Cam said, "Well, I guess we're moving on to football." Two times, two different hosts said it's time to move on, man. You keep on doing this, brothers. Get in the gym. Come on, man. I know it sucks. It's hard. Shoulders be hurting, knees be hurting, back be hurting. Brothers, get in the gym. Get in the gym, especially if you like pretty women, because you're going to have somebody test you. Allegedly, all things for the encouragement, edification, content creation, and informational purposes for the people who watch us. But let me tell you, if it's happened to him, it happened to you. It's happened to me. I like pretty women. I've gone out with pretty women. I've had to defend my own honor and theirs because somebody got a little bit too drunk, got a little bit too handsy. Somebody's got, a little bit too much, allegedly. I'm just letting y'all know. It's no fun if you look around and think, I don't know, man. I might have to let her go because I can't take them. I ain't never thought that, but I haven't thought that for a multitude of reasons. F&F does not mean what you think it does. It means you will find out. There's a small percentage of men who could beat Adrien Broners up? Less than 5%. Yeah, there are. Less than 5%. The very least you could do is give yourself a puncher's chance. If you're strong, you're bigger than him, he likes to fight at around 140, go be 175. Wrap him up until security gets there, allegedly. They have security in their building. Wrap him up if you need to. Make security come out because, you push his chair. I'm not saying to act crazy. I'm just saying you might have to defend yourself in a situation like that. Whatever you do, don't pull out your slingshot. We're not talking about slingshots.
How he couldn't really focus, but I knew it was going to go left when you heard him say, "Oh, Cameron just checked me." And I know everybody who knows Adrien know he still has a huge ego. Still has that, that boxing mindset, regardless of what's going on.
Of course he does. That's why he did it
for sure. But watching him, it was sad, man. Especially when he left, it was almost like he just wanted to get paid and get out of there. Kind of going back to what Classic was saying, I think he's just trying to get that next fix or whatever he needs. But I just want to send big prayers out to Adrien, man. He was one of the best boxers, top boxers out there for a while, man. He had all the talents, all the gifts. But this stuff is going to add up today as y'all sit here and watch this show. It's called The Big Gamble because we just kind of playing it off of Vegas. But there's a lot of topics we're going to talk about today that's going to.
I want y'all to go over when we get done here, and I want y'all to watch this in full. So take the screenshot of me, take the screenshot. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And go and watch this video. They cover a lot of topics, and a lot of them are very important, and a lot of them hit a lot of things, maybe in a way that you haven't heard it before. This honest dialogue is what we need. And I'm going to be the one to go out on a limb and say it. As someone who makes content, as someone who creates, the market that we're in right now is saturated with people who only want to do one or two things, and that's entertain you or create a character for themselves to be in front of these cameras and in front of these screens that you're watching. I don't plan on being one of those people. I don't plan on being one of those people who just creates a character and is not his authentic self. Anybody that's had an off-air, regular phone call or met me in person can tell you that, yes, I talk like this. Yes, I walk like this. Yes, I dress like this. Yes, I say this type of stuff that I say on here in person. I'm not creating the Tez, the 24 all day long. I'm not creating this guy for you guys to watch. Well, you're eccentric. Sometimes, yes, to effectuate the feeling, the mood, the purpose that I get, there are ways that I can communicate with you without being crazy. There are ways that I can communicate my exact emotion without telling you I'm happy. I don't have to just come out and say I'm happy. No, you're going to see it in my demeanor. You're going to see it in the bounce in my step, the way we walking around, the buzz in the air. I live for the buzz in the air around me, the energy just crackling, purely electrifying. I live for it. Go out in nature and I'm excited. I'm exhilarated. I'm energized. Let the sun shine down on me. My skin will get darker. That's fine. I'm about 8 different shades right now because I don't avoid the sun. It was given to us so that we could take from it without having to work for it. That's a gift. Accept your gifts. You might not have been gifted $1 million, but you were gifted good health and 2 legs, 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 working nostrils. In some people's cases, working lungs. I didn't have that my entire life. And I still did what I wanted to do and got where I wanted to go. Focus determination, being real. What you just saw with Cameron, that was real, man. He was disappointed in that man. They were friends. He still stood up, took care of his obligation on multiple levels. Got the brother out of there before he further trespassed upon other people, regardless of what he's capable of doing. There are so many different levels to interpersonal relationships that most people don't understand. There are so many personal levels to interpersonal relationships that people don't understand. Respect, as I've said before, respect is the number one. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to ride with me. You don't have to do all those things. I'm giving you respect. I expect for you to give it back. And that is an expectation. That isn't entitlement. Yes, I am entitled to it. Not just because I have earned it, but because I am giving it to you. The minute that you do not give that to me on any platform, on any level, is the minute that I no longer want to do business with you. And in my opinion, I don't even know if they're going to be friends after this. Let me explain something in business terms, especially in 2025. Anything that I do with my money that is digital, especially if it's in the aid of a business, is a tax write-off. Don't let anyone tell you that otherwise. Anything, whatever equipment that you buy, even down to meals and gasoline, tires on the car, the phone that you have to use, all of those things can be tax write-offs. But if I bring you somewhere and you're working for me as a contract employee, a freelancer, independent journalist in some cases, and I pay you in cash, that is me completely severing ties with you. It might not have looked like that to some people, but that's what that is. Paying you in cash, I want you out. Paying you in cash, that means don't ever speak to me again. Do not contact me on Zelle. Do not contact me on Cash App. I don't do Chime or whatever other weird Venmos and stuff. I don't do those. I don't want you in my life. Paying you in cash lets you know. Unless you requested cash, paying you in cash that way, especially when people have the type of money that they have, doesn't usually go down that way, man. Does not usually go down that way. That's an indicator right there. Cam is done. You disrespected him once, you disrespected him twice, he kicks you out the third time. You transgressed on the friendship, not once, but twice. Classic, she got a question for you. Classic say that's a bet. I think they'll be friends behind the scenes at the moment, but they're done business wise. He might be cool on him for a while personally too. I guarantee. Look, soft rain. I know that this is a tough subject, but people don't forgive. Not truly forgive. Forgive and forget is not really a thing. When I see it, I'll let you know. But it always comes up. It always gets brought up. Some way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't know, man. I do not think that, though. I think he will still respect him. He know what addiction looks like. He was an ice cream man. Yes, that's true. If this is an addiction problem, then yeah, he might respect him. If it is. If he took it disrespectfully, he might not. Only time will tell. We don't know the inners of their relationship. I can only speak for myself. I don't really like giving people chances, even when they screw me over. I will be there for them while they're battling whatever they're battling, but I kind of keep them to a distance. I like the path of least resistance. You know what I mean? If you're going to be a problem, I don't really need you or want you around in any capacity, especially if I'm in the middle of grind season. Now, we talked about this on your show and his before with the money. Maybe Cameron's got enough money to where, this type of thing is not necessarily a problem to him. Cam showed he know how to keep business and personal separate. Yeah, literally. Business is done. I don't know if they ever do business again. Business is done, but they probably be cool. He probably check on him every now and then, see how you doing. Hey, bro, you all right? Obviously, Bronner probably ain't got any money left. He might have blown through it, especially if it's an addiction thing. I don't know him like that. I'm not putting that on that man. I didn't even know that he had decided to him. I didn't know this. You know, y'all are telling me stuff that I didn't know. Y'all are telling me stuff right now that I didn't know. So I'm reacting to it as I'm finding out live, which is literally what the show is based on. Sports unscripted, culture unfiltered. This unfiltered. This is raw. This is real. This is raw. This is real. Tez is Tez. I've been this way. I'm gonna stay it too. Like, don't get me wrong. I change. I grow. I evolve. But it's Tez or nothing. It's Tez or nothing. I don't want to be anyone else. And I'm too old to be trying to be somebody else. I'm just gonna be myself. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm having a blast being me. It's fantastic. Y'all should try it sometime. Don't do that. Just try being yourself. I think finally we're gonna try to get to the random video of the day. I don't know what it's gonna be, y'all. I don't know what it's gonna be. No idea. I don't know what. All right, we're gonna check in with. Okay, this sounds interesting. All right, this sounds kind of interesting. It's a little bit different than what we normally see on the question of the day. I'm not the question of the day on the video of the day. Let's answer these questions first. How about that before we go into this? Sodathal said, "I think you will still respect him." We went through that one. She said, Cassandra Rand said Cam showed how to keep business and personal separate. He did. If it was more personal for Cam, he would have went harder on him. I don't know. Like I said, they're on the show. I don't know either one of them like that. You know, I still like Cam's music. I listen to the old stuff all the time. You know, I don't know. Class said, I ain't gonna lie to this. Even if the boyfriend can't win, he still got to toss Adrien a pair of 16 ounces. I'm not gonna disagree at all with that, Classic. Not one bit. Not one bit. Not one bit. I'm gonna show it one more time just because. If the boyfriend can't win, he still got to toss Adrien a pair of 16 ounces. Yeah, I mean, he waited for Cam to come to his rescue. I don't know if it was a business thing and that's why he didn't act up and why he didn't want to create a spectacle on Cam's show. I don't know the inner workings behind that. But after the personal, he could walk up and be like, "Hey, man, I'm glad you waited. This is your spot, right? We got a ring out back. Let's ride." Hey. If you got to take some lumps to defend your own honor, look, y'all. Ain't no shame in losing a fight that you fought hard for when you fought with conviction and believed in yourself. There's no shame in losing the fight. The shame is not wanting to fight the fight at all. The shame is not wanting to go and put yourself at risk. The shame is thinking, I stand no chance. Because I think no matter what, I have a puncher's chance. Especially if they inebriated. Allegedly, all things for content creation purposes and the encouragement and edification of those people around me. Random video time, y'all, and this one sounds like it's going to be crazy. So let's do it.
First time on how me and my homeboys found $200,000 and went to jail in the next 2 days. So I've been wanting to do this story time for a little minute now, but I ain't really know how to. So I'm gonna sum this shit up.
Once again, the views that are being expressed in the random video of the day do not necessarily reflect the views of the TEZDOWN podcast. We have no affiliation with any of these people. We just like to watch their stories and we react to it. So without further ado.
The best way that I can. All right, so boom. I had just graduated high school. It's 2018, so I had just graduated high school. It's about August 2018. And I remember, I think I was working at McDonald's around this time. I remember, I was working at McDonald's around this time. But this is a little disclaimer, though. I wasn't with them when they found it, but I was a part of it. So now I told y'all I used to smoke a lot. So I had smoked that morning. I was in a weed coma. I'm talking about I would sleep for hours. I'm talking about knocked out to the world. Like, then my uncle had came in my room out of nowhere. He like, wake up. Your homeboy, they got a lot of money. He like, yeah, they just gave me $100. So I'm like, what? Oh, let me get my ass up. So my homeboy, he has stayed literally right across the street from me, like literally right across the street. So I get up, put my clothes on or whatever, go outside, went straight to his house, knocked on the door. Let me the fuck in, man. So I go in there, man. I'm talking about, man, it's $100 bills everywhere. I'm talking about everywhere. Like, I ain't never seen so much motherfucking money in my motherfucking life. I'm talking about mix of hundreds.
That's the
I'm
reason
talking
why
about
this
no
is
20s, no
about it now.
5s, no 10s, no 50s. I'm talking about just mix of $100 bills, bro. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, I like to fell out in that shit. So, man, y'all told y'all I wasn't with them that night where they got it from, and I can't really say they got where they got it from because for legal purposes, I don't really want to incriminate nobody or myself. So basically, mix of hundreds everywhere. So man, you like that was my best friend at the time. Like that was one of my best friends at the time. So I already knew like I was a lot like with the money. Like I already knew I was a lot with the money. It was great. Gave me a dub off rip, $20,000 off rip, like just on the walk in. So we got down, we go to the mall. I'm talking about, man, damn, I felt like a motherfucking rapper. I'm talking about we go to the mall, we getting Louis bags, we getting motherfucking, man, we had so much money for motherfucking money. We in that shit buying speakers. I'm talking about fronts, chains, earrings. And guess what? The best part.
Y'all see what the problem is already? So in this story, they allegedly came up on a couple $100,000. Nobody had ever seen this amount of money before. Now you're probably thinking, because everybody out here is a billionaire, at least up here. You know, I got an empire mind too. Let me tell you, you see $200,000 in person. You see $50,000 in person. If you have never seen the actual physical money, you don't realize how much money it actually is until you start seeing it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like a rich man with $100 in my pocket. I really do. I love that about myself. I feel like a very rich man with $100 in my pocket, especially when I'm walking around in another country. Especially. He has already said enough. Him and his friends will be in danger shortly. I'm saying, Classic. This man is talking too much, and they immediately went and did the worst thing you can do, and that's start blowing the money on expensive crap that you could not afford before. You have literally peacocked yourself into being everyone's target, and that is not allegedly, that is a fact.
About it was, I ain't even had to touch my money. Tell y'all the $20,000 that I had, I didn't even have to touch. Them niggas was buying me everything, man. So after that, I think we went to go get a hotel room or whatever. We went to go get a hotel room. I think we had got like 2 different hotels. Went to go get a hotel room or whatever. We just no smoking, balling, recording, shit like that. I'm telling you, we getting calls like everybody calling our phone trying to find out where the fuck we at. I don't even know how the fuck the word even got around that we had a lot of money. With matter of fact, no, I do know how my homeboy had went out the hood and was just gaining away money. So that's how motherfuckers knew that we was up dog shit. Like that's how motherfuckers knew. So boom, that day go past, and I told y'all we was doing a lot of shopping and all that shit. I had so much motherfucking money, man. I woke up 5 o'clock the next morning and went to Walmart. You know a nigga excited. They woke up and went to Walmart, nigga. I went to go buy socks and drawers and white beaters and body.
You see what I'm saying, man? You see what I'm saying? This is a guy who didn't have anything before this. He had nothing. And he's acting like it. He is acting like it. These guys couldn't be dumber. They literally made themselves targets.
Wash and now I was just spending money just because I motherfucking had that shit, dog. I'm talking about, bro, this was the best time of my motherfucking life, bro. Like, I ain't never.
And he'll be talking about it for the rest of his life.
Never experienced no.
However long or short that may be.
Shit like that ever, bro. So to just wake up to $20,000, man. Plus that was just what I got off the wake up. Got more than that, but so man, y'all about to be like, what the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
So man, y'all, I got down, went to Walmart and shit like that. I'm driving. We still in the stolen motherfucking car. We driving. Like I said, we young dumb niggas. I'm 18. Goddamn, just graduated high school. We some young YNs.
I would have never done that.
I'm still driving the stolen car like this, man. Like I got all that money. I shouldn't have been in no motherfucking stolen car. What the fuck am I doing? I'm still mad about that shit to this day. Like, what the fuck was you doing, bro? If I know shit like I know now, man, I got $20,000. He's like, man, I would have set that motherfucking car on fire, nigga. So boom, I go after I leave Walmart and shit. I told you I went there probably like 6 o'clock in the morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm still waiting for my homeboy to get up. So you know, it's round 2. We finna go up again. So goddamn, I think we went to the mall the next day again. We went to the mall the next day again. We went to go buy some more clothes and shit like that. So we about to go get a haircut. Y'all gotta. I'm gonna give y'all a part 2, man.
Well, you know what? We know what happened. We know how it's gonna be. If y'all want to watch the part 2, y'all can go to Ray Finn, y'all. 2 N's. Ray Finn, YNN. Ray Finn. I'm not about to watch that. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna force y'all to do it either. Listen, group. He said, I'm giving my ticket to the cookout away. I'm cool on ninjas. Don't worry, they'll find some unmelanated person to give it to with ease. I'm about 12 seconds away from giving away my black card. Oh man. I think Classic having a mini crash out over there. He said, the rest of his life is much shorter after this. Oh yeah, he's spending somebody else's money. He said, surprise, this guy's alive. Dude, I am too. You know, if you want to check out Ray Finn, go check out Ray Finn and let me know if he's alive or not. With that being said, it's that time, y'all. It's time for chat Q&A. I'm gonna give a second to the chat. Chat, go ahead and give me a question today. Please give me a question I can actually answer. That would be wonderful. What y'all got for me today? Yeah, I would never in my entire life, if I came up allegedly, this we're gonna go into the what if machine right now, y'all. This is purely speculation and contextual for what they're going to. If I was to go into the way the machine and this would happen to me and I would wake up and somebody dropped a couple $100,000 in my lap. I have questions. But I'm literally going to make sure that I get out of Dodge. Even if it's just for $200,000, I'm going to get out of Dodge. You know, none of that money is getting spent. No, I'm getting out of Dodge. 1, I don't trust where it came from. 2, I got to see some things before a dollar gets spent. Especially if I didn't hit no types of licks. I'm not over here hitting licks. So I need to figure out where this came from. I need to come up with a plan. I need to cut ties with whatever. I need to do that. So we got a question in. Y'all can continue to comment, especially those catching up on the stream. I know usually when it stops, it keeps it at the same spot, and then people keep watching, and then they see, oh, I'm not really caught up, and so there are 3 or 4 questions or even segments behind. But while we're here today, and I don't know how much longer that's going to be, but while we're here today, we will answer all the questions that come in. We'll make time to respond to the segments. I got a mind like a steel trap. I can recall what we did today. The classic codes question: is it in a man's best interest to engage in a one-on-one altercation with another man over disrespecting his woman, or should he walk away with his lady if it's an available option? I think that is a compound question. I will answer the first part of your question. I will leave it on screen, and then I will answer the second part of your question. And then, for good measure, I will give you my take. Okay? So I'm going to give you the possible answers that I believe in. All right? I do believe that having duality of mind on certain situations and presence of mind is necessary and essential part of being a man. Can't always crash out, you know. Is it in a man's best interest to engage in a one-on-one altercation with another man over disrespecting his woman? Absolutely. It is in your best interest to engage in a one-on-one altercation with another man over disrespecting your woman. Yes, it is, especially if it's in a place and in a way that you can do it without compromising your freedom, your integrity, or the respect of the woman and others that are around you in a public setting. Those are things that you can do. Should he walk away with his lady if it's an available option? All depends on the setting. It all depends on the setting. I don't know if I'd let a grown man slap me on an award show. I have no idea. I don't think that I would do that. I think that we would have to scuffle, and that because I would be a millionaire at that point, I would have to pay the fine. I would have to pay the fine. If one man saw fit to disrespect me in front of people and put his hands on me because I disrespected his wife and his opinion in front of the world, then I probably should. I've never had a problem with the slap. I've never had a problem with the slap. I felt like he didn't do enough with that slap. Souls of Thought says, I feel like it's a reaction of the woman. Like with Cameron, she never shut it down. She allowed multiple comments. That's another interesting perspective and a way to look at it. I do think that some of it is on her in 2025. I do think the era, especially in that particular situation, I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm done. But especially in that particular situation, I believe her obligation as a host of the show and an on-air personality would have been to shut it down in the gate. There is a way to do it. It didn't have to be rude. It could have been as simple as, thanks, but no thanks. You know, I'm happy where I'm at. Let's get on to sports. Something as simple as that. The awkward smiling, giggling, and laughing is not just a sign of discomfort, but to an inebriated jackhole, he could take that as you flirting back. She showed me all 32 teeth. The eyes got squinty. She flicked her hair back. I'm really that man still. That could have been some of the things that he was thinking while he was talking to her. I'm going to tell you, there's certain levels of disrespect that I wouldn't tolerate. And in that controlled environment, there would have been words. There would have been boxing gloves tossed to the boxer. I would have leveraged my way. In whatever way that I have, whatever power that I would have had in the situation, I would have leveraged it to the maximum because of who he was. If we're being personal. But the one thing that you cannot allow disrespect. It is dog eat dog. Ill or be illed. Hunter or prey. Death before dishonor. These are the ways of the world, the old world, and unfortunately, as we've been reminded over and over and over again, the ways of the new. Prepare yourself. Use the 5 P's in this life. We are living in a world today where everyone has to act accordingly. Yes, and that brings me to use the 5 P's in your life. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. No one had to say that you needed an A grade But poor is not acceptable. Poor performance means you didn't prepare. Poor performance means you didn't prepare properly. Poor performance means you were ill-equipped to handle the world around you in the situation that you've allowed yourself to be in. Once again, as her man, you know what's at stake. You know who's coming in here. High rollers, ballers, and some of the best. Dressed to the nines, flaunting all the status, clout, and wealth that they have gained through illicit or legal ways. Act accordingly. Act accordingly. I'll give y'all another second if we don't have any more questions. If we don't have any more questions. But as Classic said, it is in a man's best interest to be ready to defend his lady, her honor, your honor. You need to be ready. That is not a suggestion. It's not a suggestion. Be ready. And if you don't, stay ready. You have to get ready. And sometimes there's no time to get ready. Everybody had a plan until they got punched in the face. I would much rather have a sound plan that could stand up to me being punched in the face than having no plan at all other than waiting for someone else to save me and my beloved. I do think that this is going to cause some problems in their relationship. And if it doesn't, it's because she's the captain now. He handed her the keys. And so did the guys around her. I hope you guys have enjoyed my return to this space as much as I have. And if you didn't, come back tomorrow. Because I am Tez. I am 2-4. This has been the TEZDOWN. We have ran down everything from sports and culture. The sports were unscripted to the best of my knowledge. The culture is unfiltered. I know that to be facts. You ever fought over a woman? In my younger years, yes, I did. My younger years before I was 20, I did fight over women. The love of my life that I thought at the time, I put up a pretty good fight for her. Every time. Whether it was justified or not. Because I thought she was mine. Thought I was going to marry this woman. And then I learned there are some things you don't fight over. Not necessarily saying that you don't fight over the woman, but you don't fight over someone that doesn't want to be there for you. Remember, you don't have to chase what wants you. It ain't going to run from you. You don't have to chase what wants you. The things that run away from you are trying to get away from you. The things that you have to chase are trying to get away from you. That can be very true with your food. That can be very true with your finances. It should never be true with your woman. It should never be true with your woman. Ever. Ever. You live and you learn. I did, and I'm not going back. I ain't going back. Ever. When I leave, I stay gone. There is no rekindling. There is no friendship. If I closed the door, I welded it shut. I'm not afraid to burn the bridge because I can build bridges. I'm not afraid of how green the grass is over there because I'm a pretty good gardener. But that's because I was a warrior first. I love the peace of the garden. It's amazing. Get you some peace in your life. I've been Tez24. Go check out, coming up soon, the classic codes. And check out Conversations with Soft Rain, Souls of Thought on the Souls of Thought channel with the No Middleman podcast. It's been 24, y'all. I will see y'all in another 24.